Shalom, and welcome to another show of GMSCollage. Giving all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's first and foremost, as always. I'm grateful to be allowed to take part in this truth and to teach this truth, and and as I always say, to fight for my spot. Secondly, I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of GMS who rule well. And also honor and salutations to you other brothers that are out there teaching the word in sincerity and truth. All right, so with that being said, today's lesson is going to touch on on circumspection. Okay, and overall just being on the watch for every little thing. All right, because Satan is at every corner. No matter where you go, no matter what you're thinking about, no matter what you're doing, Satan is waiting there to capture you and to catch you and to pull you out of this thing, man. And as we get closer and closer to the end of this thing, it's going to intensify. In the scriptures we talk about us, being under grace, right? And we all know that we have this time and this period to get right, to rehearse the righteous acts, to practice and to get better. But I want to say this, that we getting too close to this thing to take any chances, man. So since I said that, this is not on my list here, but I'm gonna I think I'm spelling this right. Bear with me for a minute. Alright, this is 2 Peter 1:10. It says, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall never fail. Okay? So we're getting close to this thing, man. So it's time for us now to give our diligence to make sure that we get that spot, man. Because it's not promised. So it's time for us to tighten up, and that means at every wake and turn, every thought, every single thought needs to be examined, man. Every single action needs to be examined, because, like I said, Satan is looking to get you, man. Satan is looking to get you, and you don't want to you don't want it to be where you've come this far to be cast out or taken out by the hands of Satan, man. So it's time to fight. So these scriptures that I have touch on that, and touch on the battle you have in your mind. Sometimes there's always things, and Paul spoke about it too, but there's always things that happen where it's like, damn, don't do that, man. You know that shit ain't right. That shit ain't right. But then your flesh kicks in, and your flesh starts to take over, and then you end up saying something that's off. You may end up doing something that's off. And I'm not talking about while you're teaching. I'm talking about your everyday life. This is not a thing where we're out once a week or twice a week or 3 times a week. This is every waking moment. You gotta examine every thought and every action, because the Lord is getting ready to take us out of here, man. So let me see. Let's see what I have here. What did I say just now? All right, I'll go here and then it'll come to me. This is let's see. This is 1 Peter 5:8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And that being sober, right, is not just talking about abstaining from strong drink. It means sober as far, what? Let's look it up. Shit, I hate when this fucking thing does this. So let's look it up here. We got the word here. Sober. It's a Nepho, real quick. It's let's see here. Bear with me for a second. To be sober, to be calm and collected in spirit, to be temperate, dispassionate, circumspect. So you see, when it says being sober, it's also talking about being circumspect. So what I want to do, since I said that, I'll go here and look up the word circumspect. I just did it a little while ago. Do it again. All right, so circumspect. So I'm gonna read both of these top ones here. Circumspect comes from Latin circumspectus, deliberate, guarded, well considered. Past participle of circumspicere, look around, take heed. From circum, around, and spicere, to look, or scope, see scope. Related circumspectly, circumspectness. So circumspect means to look around. So again, like I said, you got every little thought that pops in your mind. You gotta vet it fast and quick, man. Paul spoke about a battle between his flesh and his spirit. He said that would, matter of fact, let me get it. I think it's Romans 7:10, as a matter of fact. Shit. This fucking computer. Bear with me for a minute. This is, what did I say? Romans 7:10. Let's read this. It says, nope. Oh, here it is, verse 15. He said this, and the whole chapter touches on this topic, but I just want to read this quick verse to get to the point. It says here, "For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that do I. If then I do which I would not, I consent unto the law that it is good." So there's a battle in there, man. He's saying I'm doing the things that I consent not to. I'm doing these things that I hate. I'm doing these things that I know are wrong. And that battle is constant, man. It's a constant thing that's going on. It's a kind, you wanna go look at some girls. You wanna go instead of sitting down and hunkering down and strapping in to do a show, you wanna go watch cable TV. Even something that simple, man. Something that simple. You be like, oh, I gotta watch my show, or oh, I gotta watch this movie. And now you've spent 2 hours doing nothing. Then by the time the movie's over, you want to go to sleep. You want to go lay down. The movie tired you out, and now you're ready to go lay down. That was Satan that did that, man. That was Satan that took you away from your reading. That was Satan that took you away from your studying. That was Satan that took you away from your lessons and your classes that you do as far as your sit downs are concerned. That was Satan that did that, man. So when that battle was happening, when that they make fun of it on TV shows. They'll have an angel on one side. They'll have a little devil on the other side. When that battle is happening, man, there's not much time. There's not much time. You got to make a decision and say, you know what, I gotta do the thing that's right, because we all know what's right to do. You know, we sit here and we ask, we'll ask advice from a brother. We know the right answer. We know the right answer. Especially since the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has endowed you with the Heavenly Spirit, man, the Holy Spirit. You know what the right thing is to do. That's why you're having this battle anyway, because you know the right thing, but your flesh wants to do something different. All right. So what I'm saying is, the point I'm getting to is you gotta discipline yourself and hunker down, because the time is getting shorter and shorter, man. The grace period is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Like for instance, with a credit card bill, right? You get a 10-day grace period. The more that 10 days dwindles down, the more feverishly you should be working to get that money up so you can pay. All right, matter of fact, let me go to this. I think I have it on the list, but I'm gonna go to it now. I think I have it though. This is let me see. Matthew 5:48, I think it is. Yes, it says, this is Matthew 5:48. It says, "Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect." Now we know that that's impossible, right? We can't be as good as the Father is. Even the Lord Yahweh Shai himself said there is only one good, right? But being in this time that now the grace period is getting shorter and shorter, it's time for us to tighten up, man. And everything, in every thought, and every action, we need to be tightened up, man. Let me. I want to look up the word perfect really quick. This fucking computer. Perfect. Let me look at the top one first. Probably the same word. It is. I'll look at the top one. It says here, um, brought to its end, finished, wanting nothing, necessary to completeness. Right. So what is the completeness? The completeness is the Heavenly Father beaming us up on that chariot. Right. That's the completeness. So if we're wanting nothing necessary to completeness, that means you got to cover everything, man. As hard as it is, look, I'm not saying I'm perfect. This is not what I'm saying. I understand the difficulty. I know the difficulty, but I also try to tell myself, like, look, we're too close to the end for that forgiving spirit that we have of ourselves. I always say this, that we're too forgiving of ourselves. I can do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. We got to tighten up and push this thing full force, man. So it says here, perfect. That which is perfect, consummate, human integrity and virtue of men, full grown, adult, of full age, mature. When something reaches its maturity, that means it's finished, right? It's done. It's now ready for use, right? So if you've reached your maturity, that means you've taken a look at everything. Every thought you've examined, every action you've examined, and that's what we got to do, man. If it takes for you to, I don't know, I mean, I'm going through extremes now, but if it takes for you to set an alarm every 20 minutes, or let an alarm go off and have it say, check yourself, and then rehash what you did over the last 20 minutes, that's the time we're in, man. We got to watch everything. Satan is everywhere, and Satan is tricky, man. He'll put thoughts in your head, and you'll think it's you thinking it, man, but it's that demon in you, man. We have to learn to mortify that demon, man. We have to learn, because it's almost time for us to get out of here, man. So let me go back here. That's what I want to do, and read the second one. It says circumspection, which is the name of the show. It says here, careful observation of one's surroundings. You see. So you got to examine everything, man, from the damn food you eat to your woman, your children, the ice cream that you going out for ice cream. You got to watch that. In your travels, you might have a little woman smile at you and wink at you. You got to watch all of that shit. Is Satan, man. It's all Satan. You got to watch everything, man. Everything. You got to look at everything with a side eye. Like, what the fuck is that over there? What is that? You got to look at everything, man. It says here, from Old French, circumspection, modern French, circumspection, from Latin, circumspectionem, a looking around, foresight, caution, noun of action from past participle, stem of circumspicere, to look around. You see? So you got to be constantly on the swivel. Your head got to be constantly on the swivel, watching everything, man. And my main thing, man, with me, every time a girl smile, I lose my fucking mind, man. Just because she's smiling at me now, and I got to go in to talk to her, knowing they got men and whatever, what have you. It's all Satan, man. You got to watch it. You got to watch that shit, man. So let's go back here. Back to this word here. What was this word? What was I looking up? I think this was perfect. No, be sober. It was sober. I'm sorry. It was sober. So let's go back to that scripture. See here. It says, 1 Peter 5:8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. So knowing that it is the spiritual demon Satan's job to pull you out of this thing, or to attempt to pull you out of this thing. Look what happened to Job, man. Look what happened to Job. All those woes that happened to him, and we can go to it, but just for sake of time, I'll just touch on them briefly. You had Job go through physical pain, in that he had sickness and sores in his body. He went through mental pain, in that after all his troubles, he had a wife that told him to curse the Most High, so he had to deal with that. He lost his children, and then to boot, the 2 or 3 niggas that's supposed to be his friend, the 3 people that's supposed to be his friend, was telling him that he must have done something wicked for all of this to happen to him. So all of that was to get Job to curse the Most High. Satan even said it. Satan said, of course he's going to worship you. You giving him everything. So let me go down there and work my magic. You see? That story was written so that we can understand that the tribulations that we go through, the trials that we go through, all of that is for Satan is doing his job. Satan is working when that's happening to you. When you're going through all of these different ailments in your body, you're sick. You got your boss fucking with you. You got niggas in the world that you got to look at every goddamn day. You got the so-called white man that you got to look at every day. All of that is Satan saying, yeah, I got you. I'm going to get you, nigga. That happened to the Lord Yahushua when he went on his fast, right? His 40-day, 40-night fast. Didn't Satan try to get him too? So how much more us? So we have to watch everything. We have to watch all of these things, man. Let's go to let me get another one off this list here. I did that one. Read that one. Let me see what this says. I don't remember. 1 Corinthians 8 and 9. Let's see what this says here. This is 1 Corinthians 8 and 9. It says, but take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak. It said like I said when I spoke a little while ago about grace. That grace period is our liberty. And it says to take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak. Right? So so that's another thing too. If you're being careless, you got people that are watching you, man. Especially for the heads of the camp, you got younger people that are watching you. So that's another reason why you got to watch. Not only for your own spirit and protecting yourself and making sure you're doing the right things, but also the times that you go off and you're being seen and watched by other brothers that are up underneath you, then that gives them the right to do it. You can't tell them not to do it because you do it. You see? So not only for watching yourself, but also watching these other brothers that are underneath us and younger than us, that look up to us and that honor our opinions and honor our actions. So they looking at us for guidance. So we have to be if not perfect, damn near it. The scriptures call for it, man. All right. So let me go to this next one. This is it says here, this is 1 Peter 2 and 16. It says, as free and not using your liberty for a cloak of maliciousness, right? Because that's what we do, right? We, again, like I said, like, oh, I can get this one. This one won't hurt. The Lord knows my heart. Nah, man. No, we don't use this grace period for a time for us to say, oh, the Lord will have mercy on me. This grace period is for us to tighten up, man. And today I understand that. Today I understand that. I've always heard Elder Tahar and all the elder apostles say it's time to tighten up. But I understand that. I can hear the battle going on with my spirit and my flesh. And I understand because I tell myself, look, if the time is too short for me to be so forgiving of myself, man. So our liberty is not for us to say, oh, he won't mind. I did this one thing. I'll just do it this one time. No, it's time for us to be strict upon ourselves, man. We got to be strict on ourselves. Yes, we have the brotherhood there. Yes, we have the elder apostles. Yes, we have heads of camps that keep us in line. But you got to learn. We all have to learn. Me, myself, I'm saying this to myself, how to be strict on you. You have to guide you. You have to learn that. That's what this whole thing is about, man. You got to learn how to train you. Yes, it's a blessing to have brothers that are there to watch over you, but you have that is also to help you to understand how to train you, man. How you to get trained, for you to get trained to do the right things. So let me read this last one. This is James Oops. All right, so it says here, this is James 1:1. I'm going to read the first couple of verses. It says, James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahushua the Messiah, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations. You see? So you're gonna go through all kinds of shit, man. Let's look this up. I want to get into this a little bit. Let's see here. What do I want to look up first? I want to look up diverse first, and then I'll go into temptations. This is let me play the word. I haven't done that yet.
Strong's G 4164. Poikilos.
Poikilos, right? And the definition is a various colors, variegated, of various sorts. So of course it means here's a synonym, manifold. So it means many different things, man. Many different things, right? So let's go to temptations. Right, many different things. That's layman's terms. Many different things. Well, this truth is simple, man. It doesn't have to be complex. Temptations. It says here. Let's see. Let's play this word too. Play this too.
Strong's G 3986. Pyrosmas.
Which means an experiment, an attempt, a trial, or proving. So you're going to have many different experiments and attempts and trials and prove. You're going to have many. You're going to your rod is going to be tested. Your desire to have the feel goods of your rod. Your mental. Even to eating, to how you deal with your children, your women. You're going to have all these different things happening to you. Look at Job. Job covered he covered the whole 9 yards, as they say. He went through physical pain, mental pain, emotional pain, spiritual. He went through it all, man. He went through it all. So he went through all of these different temptations. All right. So let's go here down a little further. Trial, proving the trial made of you by my bodily condition. so you're gonna be put through all kinds of hell, man, in your body, right? It says, since condition served as to the test, the love of the Galatians towards Paul. Okay, it says here, the trial of man's fidelity, integrity, virtue, constancy. I gotta go look at that word, constancy. This is good stuff, man. Shit. So this is Google got a demon on it. See, Satan is everywhere. That damn devil. Constancy. It says the quality of being faithful and dependable. The quality of being enduring and unchanging. God damn. You see? So this is what we're working towards, man. We don't have grace so that we can just do whatever the hell we want. This is the Lord giving us time to get tighter, man. All right, let's go. Where was I at? Right here? No, right here. So it says, an enticement to sin, temptation, whether arising from the desires or from the outward circumstances. Woo! It says an internal temptation to sin. It says of the temptation by which the devil sought to divert Yahushua the Messiah from his divine errand. So Satan did it to the Lord, man. Satan tried to take him from his divine. Let's look up errand. Let's look up errand. It says a short journey undertaken in order to deliver or collect something, often of someone else's behalf. The purpose or object of an errand. Yeah, use the word and the definition. Let's go here. It says there's nothing down here. Okay. Old English, erende, or erend, I don't know how you say that. Message, mission. So Satan tried to take the Lord from his mission, and likewise us from our mission, man. What do you think when it says, prepare thy soul for temptation when you come and walk in the way of the truth, man? What do you think is gonna happen to you? You think you're gonna come in the truth and it's gonna be easy cake? No, man. This is hard, man. It's hard. And if it's easy, so two things. If it's too easy, right? It's because you're not working hard enough. And then when you have increased in your training, then it becomes simple. Then it becomes a no-brainer. Like I don't know how much I can stress this, man. And I hope I don't sound like no weirdo when I say this, but fasting is fasting is to your spirit as weight training is to your muscles, man. You can almost hear the. I mean, again, I hope I don't sound like a fucking weirdo when I'm saying this, but you can almost hear the fight inside yourself, man. No, don't do that. Yeah, come on, it ain't gonna be that. It ain't that serious, bro. Just take a. Nah, I can't be doing that. This is wrong. This the scriptures say. You can almost hear it, man. When you go on the fast, because what are you doing? You're abstaining from eating food, right? So if you can train your mind and your body to abstain from something that's a necessity, how much more training your mind towards saying no to things that are just something that you want to do in your flesh, man. So I'm an advocate for it, man. I'm an advocate for it. So it says here of Germanic origin related to Old High German runti and obscurely to Swedish arunde and Danish. Oh, okay, I thought it was going to give me some more definition. All right, so let's go back here. It says of the condition of things or a mental state by which we are enticed to sin. So even in thought, man. So it started up here of the bodily condition, right? In A, and now it's starting to speak to your mental state here, by which we are enticed to sin or to a lapse from the faith and holiness, man. We should be immersed in this thing, man. You should if you're not reading, you should be thinking about it. If you're not thinking about it, you should be acting on it. When you like me, what I do, I make a list. I got a list of topics I want to do. So make yourself a list, and then you sit down, take a few moments to take that topic and build upon it, and then come out and do your lesson, man. We got to be immersed in it, man. It says adversity, affliction, trouble, sent by I'll say the Most High, and serving to test or proves one's character, faith, holiness. So that's why we're going through these things. These are character builders. The grace period is not for us to do whatever we want, but it's for us to build character. We're supposed to be being built in this time. It's like this, man. Like for instance, a builder, sticking to the same analogy, right? A builder, they'll have from the architect, the person who designed the home, a certain time period, a time window to complete that building, right? So if they take days off and they say, instead of taking a half an hour lunch today, let's take an hour lunch. Instead of working 3 hours straight or 4 hours straight before we take a break, let's just work 2 and then take a break and then another 20 minutes and take a break. That's not, if you do that, the house is never going to be finished in time. It's never going to be finished by the deadline. And I'm saying this, man, the deadline is close. So all of that, I'll do it later. Oh, the Lord won't. No. Do it today. Do it now. Practice that shit, man. Look, I don't know. Do something. Me, I tell myself, instead of taking my pants off and throwing them on the floor, discipline myself to pick them up every time I take them off. Pick them up, hang them up on the hanger, and put it in the closet. Whatever you got to do to practice, to get yourself disciplined, to do the things that you need to do to get out of here, do it, man. I'm mentioning small things. These are small things. But for me, they help me, man. They help me. It says here, temptation, i.e., trial of the Most High by men. See, so he'll let Satan get, like Satan jumped on Job's 3 friends. That was Satan talking through them, man. Oh, you had to have done something wicked. The Lord just don't be putting this kind of hell on niggas for no reason. You had to have been wicked, Job. That was Satan talking through them people, man. It says rebellion against God, by which his power and justice are, as it were, put to the proof and challenged to show themselves. So it's time for us to show ourselves, man. Show ourselves that we're worthy of this thing, man. This description in the Apocrypha, I want to paraphrase. It talks about how wisdom, it puts you through these trials and tribulations, and once it trusts you, it comes to you and sups with you, man. Just paraphrasing. And that's what we're going through. That's what we're going through right now. We're going through these trials and tribulations to be built up, man. So let me go back. I want to go back. I think there's more in this chapter I'm reading here. There's James. Yeah. All right. So it says, I'll read verse 2 again. It says, "My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations." Right. So you got people, right? I'm not gonna say anybody's name, but you got certain guys who have gotten rebuked and take it like it's the end of the world, man. Like it's the last thing that's ever gonna happen in the world. They're gonna die. They got, brother, he always saying some shit about me, man. What the fuck? Then they get all bent out of shape. The scriptures say you're supposed to count it joy. Peter and John, I believe it was, in Acts, I want to say Acts the 4th chapter. They counted it joy to be worthy to be chastened for the name of the Lord, man. So you're supposed to, when shit is happening to you, when you get in a test, you're supposed to say, "Tawadi Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai," man. Thank you for finding me worthy to not just let me just sit around and just be, but to put me through something so that I can show myself that I'm doing this thing and I'm sincere about this thing, man. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But this is the point right here. I when I read this earlier, I loved it, man. It says, "But let patience have her perfect work." Right? So you'll go through a situation, right? Let's say it's a honey dip, right? And the honey dip got a man, but she's smiling in your face. And even in talking to her, you wrong, man. Tell yourself, no. The Lord is gonna give you women. Exercise that patience, man. Or that extra donut, that extra cake. I'm mentioning rudimentary things, but these are things that you have to do, man. It says, "Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing." That's going back to what we read before about being complete, man. You see? So with all that being said, man, put your head on a swivel. Be on a swivel, man, and watch everything, because we at the end of this thing, man. And I said this earlier today. I don't want to be left behind. I don't want to be here. I don't want to. If the Lord sees it fit, when you die by way of nuclear missiles, that means you're a piece of shit, man. You're gonna die with Esau. I don't want to die with these Edomites, man, and these wicked niggas. I want to get out of here. I don't want to be left behind. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna say, Tawadi Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, for allowing me to take part in this thing. I can't say that enough, man. And double honors to the elder apostles who showed us how to do this thing, man. Who gave us the driving lessons and showed us how to drive the car properly, man. And also honor and salutations and peace and blessings to you other brothers that are out there, teaching the word and taking it serious, man. So with that, I want to say, Shalom.